However, I will say that the one kind of critique I have so far, like only, 50 pages into this book, because I haven't finished it, is I've heard Mel talk a lot. I've heard her talk about this theory. It's called the let them theory, right? You've all heard of it. Like people don't always know Mel Robbins. I talk to people all the time. They don't always know Mel Robbins. They always know the let them theory. And you can just say, she's the author of that let them book. And they're like, oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about. Everybody knows the let them part of this concept. I even thought I knew about this theory. Like I said, I've watched her talk about it before, but it wasn't until getting to the further end of the 50 pages I've read that I hear, or that I understand, that really the let them is only the first part of the theory, and that there is a second part that's called the let me, and that you cannot implement the let them theory without the let me theory or aspect of it's a two-part system essentially. And I just found it interesting. Like I said, this is my one critique. Love you, Mel. But I found it interesting that we had to package this book in a way that targets how other people, so the two parts of the theory is the let them is kind of releasing control over things that we do not have control over. So why are we worrying about it? But then you have to add the let me, which is taking back ownership of what you can control. And that's why she says it's not an either or, it's a both. You have to do both parts. You have to let go, let them think whatever they want, do what they're gonna do, but let me do what I can do about it. And I find it interesting that they had to package and sell this book and this theory off of only the aspect of what is other people's part and not your own part. And I have to wonder if it's because, I think they knew that if they packaged this and marketed this in a way that's about what you have to do to change your life, nobody would do it. But if they can just, blame other people or not blame other people for their problems and stop there, not everyone is getting over 50 pages into this book to even hear about the let me theory. So that's where I say I find it unfortunate that they had to market it in a way that's only about the removing yourself instead of what you can actually take ownership of in your life. However, if that's the way that we get to the biggest impact and more people reading it and knowing about it, then I support the cause. But that's my one critique. Overall, love you, Mel.